So today, we're gonna make some tortilla chips. So this recipe is pretty easy. There's not a whole lot going on. We have very few ingredients. So why am I making a full video about this? Well, for me, it's always been something that I've loved about cooking whenever you can find something that's truly worth it to go the extra step. For example, sweet corn to me is so much better fresh and picked right out of the garden than it is bought in a store or anywhere else like out of a can. It's worth it to go that extra step to get fresh sweet corn. And to me, whenever you make homemade tortilla chips, it's so infinitely better than anything you can buy out of a bag from a grocery store that it's almost like it's a different product. I don't even consider them the same. These are infinitely better whenever we make them at home, and it is so worth it. Now, this is really easy to do, and it's gonna kind of probably surprise you how simple it is. It's not but a couple of ingredients, and it only takes 3 or 4 minutes to cook. With that being said, every time I've made these on TikTok, I get the same question over and over again. Can I do it in the air fryer as well? Well, today I'm going to show you both side by side, see which one is better, and let's see if it's actually worth it to use the air fryer instead. So let's get started. All right, so first thing we have are corn tortillas. We have yellow corn, you can use white corn as well. A lot of people have asked me, can I use flour tortillas? And the answer to me is no. You can, and it's fine, but it's not the same thing as a regular tortilla chip you're used to eating at a Mexican restaurant. Now, to get started, we're just gonna take these corn tortillas and cut them into the shapes we want. I like to kind of, if you get a package like this, I like to kind of try to open them up a little bit so that whenever you go to frying, they won't stick together as much. We'll kind of separate them into 2 different stacks here. So your traditional shape is gonna be a triangle. You just cut that like so. Now you have your triangle shape ready to fry. Being the analytical person I am, I've always thought, is this the best shape for a tortilla chip? You know, it's actually a little bit bigger than 1 bite. It's not optimal because listen, you're not gonna be double dipping around me. So if you have this, I think it's fine. I kind of like going into strips a little bit better, depending on what the food is. For something like nachos, I still think this is the best shape. But if you're just making like a queso dip, I like going into these strips and then cut them in half, because this is a 1-bite chip and it still holds the structure well. Now, listen, you make whatever shape you want to. I don't care. I'm the analytical person that has to analyze everything. So they're all great and they all fry really well. So it's all the same to me, but it's kind of a fun little debate I have with my wife. Now, we've got our tortillas cut. It's that easy. What's next? Well, we need to fry these. I'm gonna be frying them in vegetable oil at about 350 degrees. After that, we're gonna try them in the air fryer. I've never done it. I've seen a few videos. They look pretty good. They look pretty similar to the final product we're gonna get out of this. But it looks like they're gonna take a lot longer to make. You can only do a few batches at a time depending on the size you have. So with no further ado, let's get our fryer ready. Now this is gonna take a few minutes to get to preheated. Now we've got vegetable oil here today. You can use canola oil or any other kind of frying oil for this. So the temperature's up to 350 degrees. Now we're just gonna simply drop our chips in, a few at a time. We don't wanna overcrowd it, and you wanna kind of make sure they're pulled apart. We're gonna drop it in. Now right away, you wanna go ahead and start kind of punching them down, mix it up. Just make sure that these chips aren't sticking together too much. And this is gonna happen really fast. These do not take long at all. You want to be sure to have a paper towel lined tray, or in this example, I'm just going to use our handy dandy booze board here. And once they're done, we're going to put them on there. Now these are going to take 2 to 4 minutes depending on how hot it is. They don't take very long, and they sort of crisp up a little bit even more after they've set for a second. So you're looking for the color and a little bit of the texture, but always remember it's going to be a little bit harder after it's set for a second than what it feels like in here. So right there, we can tell they're pretty much done. You're gonna let it drain for a few seconds. Shake it up real good. Toss it on these paper towels. And immediately we can start with the next batch. Now we'll go on with some of these. Put them side by side. Now, the more you do push on it and the more you kind of stir it up, the more you're going to change the shape of it. You know, going back to that shape discussion, some of these aren't good even triangles like this because we're stirring it. That goes with overcrowding it. If you have a bigger fryer and you can do more of these at once, you have to do less of that. But if you want to do it in fewer batches, you're going to need to give it a good stir. Otherwise, you're going to have them stick together. And we don't have any of that here, which is good. But that's why I'm doing that. But it is going to change the shape a little bit. These look like they're getting about done as well. So we're going to let this drain for a second. Give it a shake. Then dump it. I want to give it a good even spread, because the other thing you want to do as soon as it comes out, while it's got that hot oil, is hit it with some good kosher salt. That hot oil really helps it stick to it and helps it get more evenly distributed. These are looking great. Okay, so we've got those done. Now we need to focus on this air fryer version. And the way that I've seen them done, and we're going to try to replicate here, is we're going to lay out each chip individually. You can see why this is going to be a little bit more time consuming. And then we're going to hit each side with a little bit of oil. Now, I'm going to use this spray oil. I've seen you use some brush on, like olive oil, or probably not olive oil, but probably like canola or vegetable oil like you fry with. And we're going to hit both sides of this. Gotta flip them all back over and do it again. Now we're going to grab an air fryer. We're going to get it plugged in and sort of cook it the exact same way. We're going to be looking to air fry it at about 350 for just a few minutes, like 3 to 4 minutes. So we'll start with 3. We're going to put the food in here. We're going to lay it in there so it's nice and even without overlapping at all. Which again, that kind of goes into why I'm saying this is going to take a lot longer, because you really need to do a lot more batches, it feels like, if you're going to be doing it like this, because you only get a few chips cooked at a time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 chips, that's all I'm going to be able to do. But it's only 3 minutes, so we'll see how this goes. We'll check back in 3 minutes. All right, so that's what we're looking for. Now, let's see what we got here. Maybe it needs to go just a hair longer. These aren't really holding the shape very well. All right, let's give it another minute or so longer and see what happens. All right, let's check this out. Starting to really get browned. I'm not super pleased with the way that looks. Listen, if you have a recipe for this that's a little bit better, please let me know. I've watched several. They all looked a little bit crispier. Maybe we need some more oil. But I really wanted to try this because I get a lot of requests for it. The flavor's not bad. The texture's okay. It's just a little bit different. Now, I'm gonna take this every time. These are delicious. I do like to finish with just a little bit of lime juice right over the top. I feel like it adds a little pop to it, brightens it up. But these are good to go. I mean, these are so good just by themselves. Listen to that crunch.
The full recipe can be found at crowfood.com, along with our rubs, merchandise, and dozens of other great recipes. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching.